Alright, here we go. One of my biggest pet peeves. I finally get to talk about it on video. It comes up in conversation sometimes, but here we go. I gotta put this out there in the public for people from all over the place that throw some comments, questions, and concerns at me. We gotta talk about this. Part of it is pay to play sports. And then I also want to drill down on fundraising and how that goes into this situation. Um, but pay to play, here's what I understand about it. And I've been in sports my whole life as an athlete, a coach, and a father slash coach, and all of that kind of stuff. So, pay to play, you have a sport at a school, recreation center, private league, whatever, and they need athletes to put teams together. You don't have teams, you don't have a league without players. So they need players. So parents come out, they want to give their kids an opportunity to play, or the kids want to play, or both. And the coaches and the leagues, they love to see this happen. They should. Some of them act like they don't appreciate these kids and these parents because some of them are in a good situation where they get a huge turnout. But, that's what it is. But in all reality, they should be thrilled to see each and every one of these kids come out. And especially when we're in a time where mostly contact sports, some places you see a decline because people are concerned about the safety aspect of it. But anyway, you get kids come out, parents bring the kids out, coaches and the people who run these leagues and schools should be thrilled to see these kids come out because then you get the numbers. You can put a team together, you got a league, and you got a season to play. But here's what happens in most cases. In order for a kid to be a part of a team, he has to pay a fee to be on that team. And in the cases where there's not a fee to play on that team or to play that sport, um, you have a situation where there's a lot of things that are involved with that team that you need finances to go into: jerseys, uniforms, equipment, travel fees, or what have you. So it still becomes a deep financial decision. Now, for years, that's been the way it's been. Here's my beef with it, with pay to play, especially in public school. All right. Um, let's say I have a kid and my kid wants to play a sport. You need athletes to put a team together. I bring my kid. My kid makes your team. He's on the team. I gotta pay to get my kid on that team. I gotta pay for him to get a certain color shoes to match the team because most of the time the team recommends what shoe to wear or what color the shoe should be. Everything's gotta be matching and look good. So I had to pay to get him on the team. I gotta pay for special clothing. I gotta pay for special equipment. And then on top of that, I have to pay to come to the games. Yes, in most cases, parents have to pay an entry fee to come and watch their kid play. Now, wait, I just gave you my kid for free. You're not paying him. I had to pay you to let him play. And then to show me your appreciation, you're going to charge me to come see him play. All right, then, but it gets worse. On top of that, let's say my kid gets hurt. You don't take care of him. Hey, he's down. Come get your kid. Bring him back when he's healthy. I gotta also pay medical bills if my kid goes down. So I gotta nurse him back to health off of my dime. Bring him back to you, maybe, if he gets healthy. And in a lot of cases, I've seen this happen. When a kid goes down, man, that team and those coaches, in some cases, they're so unethical and heartless. They treat that kid like he's nothing because he's not contributing to the team anymore. What a shame. So my biggest beef with pay to play is that you have to pay in the first place. Now, granted, though there are some, nonprofit organizations, things like that, but with the school system, this should not be. Especially when you're not providing any health care for these kids if they get injured playing the game that you have them playing, that we had to pay you to let them play. So there's no benefit there financially. Here's my other pet peeve. I'll be real about it. There's a school in my area. Um, Sports is big, especially football. Football is big. Um, the community supports the football team. Huge tradition of football in the community and the support from the community for this football team. Um, Football games sell out. Now, I'm just looking at numbers, okay? Let's say on any given football night, there's 1,000 people there. And I could be way short with this number. All right, $5. Because keep in mind, parents got to pay too. So everybody comes through that gate pays $5. All right, that's $5,000 for one night. Just for entry, just for ticket entry. Okay, that's not including all the sponsorships because there's this a lot of sponsorship goes into each and every football game for scoreboard, putting banners up, people just donating money as sponsors, um, um, people who get their name announced during the announcements and during each uh, uh, halftime and timeout. A lot of different sponsorship levels are involved with this thing on each game. All right. And then you count concessions. Merchandise is being sold, foods being sold, so on and so forth. Um, so a lot of money is being made on each game. All right. So I calculated this before. I'm not going to say what the number is based off my calculations, but it was an insane amount of money just off of football. We're not counting basketball and baseball, all the other sports that this school does each and every year. Just off of football, in a few months, they make an insane amount of money. So why are these kids being put out here to sell cookie dough, booster cards, candles, and popcorn, and all of this stuff if the school is making all of this money just off of putting these kids on exhibition as they play football? We already pay for them to come play on the team. Even if there's not a fee to play, there's a fee to buy all this expensive equipment and stuff. Making all this money off of the tickets, off of the merchandise, off the concessions, off the sponsorships. Open the books up. I wanted the public should see this is a public school. Most of this money is being made off of donations and ticket sales and things that the community has provided. Open the books up. Let's see what the books say. I want to know where all this money is going and why in the world we still sending these kids out as street hustlers to make more money for this team and for this school if there's an insane amount of money that's already being made without them doing anything extra. Just simply because they step on a field in a uniform, you make a tremendous amount of income just off of that. So why are we putting extra burden on them to send them out as street hustlers knocking on doors every year selling cookie dough? I want to answer for that. Let's open these books up. I said it. There's a lot of other people that's been thinking it, that's been talking about it. Well, it's out there now. Let's make a push to make this happen. I want to see where the money's going. And this pay to play stuff, it needs to stop. Unless you're a nonprofit organization and you cannot you cannot put these sports and things on without donations and fundraisers and ticket sales and an entry fee to play. Look at the inner cities, man, where some of these people are in poverty. You got children. We talk about the crime rate. The kids don't have nothing to do sometimes. So you got some good-hearted people that are starting an organization. They put sports activities together, but they don't have the funding. So they charge a fee to play. Well, these kids are in poverty. They can't afford to pay to play. So a lot of them don't play, and then they get in trouble. But we just label them as bad. What's the answer? Leave a comment, subscribe, stay in touch with me, y'all. Let me know what y'all think. Let's do something about this stuff. Peace.